Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our keynote speaker for today. Our guests' credentials speak for themselves, and I cannot do them justice in this short introduction. But in brief, our speaker is a communications and wellness coach. Her career to date has included presenting on the global stage, motivational speaking, and TV presenting. Today, as Asia Women Leader 2019 and founder of Find Your Voice Asia, she coaches companies and individuals towards self-belief and success through effective communication and presentation. In short, she is the ideal speaker to address our new graduates today about overcoming fear, letting go of the past, and forging a brave new future. Without further ado, I pass you to Miss Abel Wanamakok.
Thank you so much, Ms. Claire, for that beautiful welcome. I feel honored to be the keynote speaker of this year's commencements, even though I wish to be in the same room with all of you, and I'm sure all of your relatives and friends who are watching also wishes the same as I. So how is everybody feeling today? Let me get some woohoos and cheers because this is your special day. Now don't be shy. Do that even if you're in your own room alone, okay? This is your day. I am very, very proud of all of you to be here today. And let me once again welcome all of you to the BISP Virtual Graduation for the class of 2021. Now, it was only around 20 years ago that I graduated from high school, and let me tell you, time flies. When I was your age, I never imagined that I would be on a stage regularly as a speaker and a presenter. And I have to say, life has taken me for an amazing ride. I feel honored to be giving a speech at this prestigious school, so thank you so much to Mr. Meredith, to Jason, and to Jeanette for this precious journey. And this last 2 years had been very interesting by far. COVID had shown me new things about myself that I never knew was true. For one, I never knew how exciting it was to go to 7-Eleven. And I actually put on makeup just to go to throw the trash away. But third, and most importantly, what I learned during COVID and isolation is I learned how important it is to maintain good relationships for our well-being. I'm sure many of us have heard of the word mental well-being a lot more this past year than we ever had, and many of us realize how important it is to connect with others during times of isolation like what you are doing right now. And I have to say thank you to COVID. We learned new ways to think, new ways to connect, and new ways to appreciate those around us. Now, I had a chance to speak to a few of you, and you were telling me about your emotional roller coaster during this past school year. Many of you were saying, some days I feel really motivated, and some days you just feel overwhelmed and frustrated, asking yourself, why things can't go back to the way that it was. And here is where I want to share a story with all of you. A story about a girl who lived in the past and couldn't let go of her story until life forced her to make a change. Once upon a time, there was a young girl who was as normal as everybody else. There was nothing really special about her. She had no extraordinary abilities, and physically she looked quite plain. She was a happy girl until one day, her family decided that it was time to move far, far away. Moving to this new flatland compared to the very busy city life that she was from, it was an alien world to her. And as the aliens came around to greet her, all of a sudden she realized that she was the alien on this strange land. Now, she was told many, many things, but what she remembered the most was being told how ugly she was and how different she was from everyone else. She was rejected and had little friends and thought of herself as an alien, as an outsider. And she accepted this story for most parts of her life. She grew up and was successful and happy in her own ways, but she always felt like she was different from everybody else because she continued to hold on to the past and oftentimes find the words of discouragement ringing in her ears as if it was still yesterday. She also experiences those emotional roller coasters just like you. And it wasn't until she found herself drowning in her own unhappiness from living the past that one day during COVID-19, she had a moment of awakening. That moment was so profound that in just one breath, she forgave all those that she felt had wronged her. And it was then for the very first time, she realized that those who she thought had hurt her, or the situation that she found herself to be in, was actually there to help her all along. And that everyone was just trying to do the best that they know how. And it was at that moment where she finally found peace. I was that girl. Now, why do you think I'm sharing this story with all of you? I'm sharing this story because I want you to learn to let go of your own story, and I would encourage you to move forward bravely. Because I see and hear so many people saying, when will things get back to the way that it was? I just want my life back. I want my family back. I want my job back. Why did this happen to me? And you know what? It didn't happen to you. It happened for you. Many of us hold on to the past thinking we have no control, just like I did before. But we do. You are not the story of your past. You are the light of your present. And you shall be the guiding star for those who still live in the dark. We are so much more than the stories that we tell ourselves, whatever roles that we played, titles that we held, or friends that we lost. It's in the past. Learn from it, accept it, and let it go. And now I want you all to ask yourself, who am I? Who do I want to be from now on? Maybe some of you are going to university or starting your military, arts, or sports career, or maybe you're even taking a gap year. Whatever you do, I encourage you to do it with the aim to better your life and others through your being. And I encourage all of you to be brave, because no matter what situation you find yourself in, it shall pass. If there's a past relationship that needs mending, I encourage you to go and say sorry, even though it may not be your fault. If you have someone who helped you, such as your friend, your parents, or your teacher, call them, contact them, and say thank you. And if you want to create something in your life, go and seek advice and go for it. The current situation may not be the most comforting, but know that it is in these situations that builds our resilience. And it is in moments of uncertainty where you learn your strengths. The world is a beautiful place with so much to learn, so much to see, and so much to enjoy. So may this next chapter of your life be as colorful as you make it out to be. And be open to the world. Be open to whatever that it gives you. Go and create a better world and create it from the deepest part of your heart. I wish you all the very, very best. And let me end with this. You are able. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณค่ะ